Central, and now for one of my favorite parts, because especially because this morning we are drinking Chelsea tears. But of course, Udoka Njoko will be here to help me pour some in the cup. Good morning, Udoka.
Good morning, Osarage. Good morning, Olive. And I heard some witches and wizards have jinxed the number 9 jersey at Chelsea. Now Aubameyang is there, scored a goal, and was ruled out for offside. What do you make of that?
I don't know. I don't know. I think the whole, of the team at this point needs some help. Yeah, I mean, I love to drink their tears, but in the meantime, I'll still just be human and say they definitely need some help at this point.
Olive, Osarage talking tough already after winning 3 straight matches.
I was going to say,
another club needing help.
Because all of a sudden, he now sounds like he's the standard. Because Manchester United, just a few weeks ago, it was a different story for Manchester United.
If
the team was the team that needed help.
Some counseling from the Red Devils, will be eager to. It's not a problem.
Right. But remember, you're playing Thursday football,
Yeah, I know.
So just relax. Don't be too proud.
Yeah, I just wanted to put that in. And one of the greatest of all time will be playing Thursday football as well. It's fine. It's fine. Let's talk about other things happening in the world of sports. Pierre-Emerick Cleopatra have completed the signing of highly rated striker John Ebuka from NP, with Ahmed Amin Ufa and Joseph Atule going the other way. Ebuka had joined NP in November of 2020 from Cyprus side Yanikami AK and has been in fine form in the Egyptian Premier League. The 25-year-old Nigerian striker scored 15 goals and made 5 assists in the past season as NP finished 9th on the league table. His performances had linked him with a move to Cairo Giants, Al Ali and Zamalek, but it was Pierre-Emerick Cleopatra who managed to seal his signing. Pierre-Emerick finished last season in 14th place, just 1 point away from the relegation zone, and will hope that Ebuka's performances will lead them to a better finish next season. And to basketball now, 9-time NBA champion Steve Kerr has praised the widespread basketball talent on African soil, saying it needs to be properly invested in. Kerr, the head coach of the Golden State Warriors, who will also be leading Team USA at the 2024 Olympics, was in the Egyptian capital, Cairo, last week for a Basketball Without Borders camp. Now, Antetokounmpo, who was named the NBA Finals Best Player last year, has Nigerian roots, and Siakam hails from Cameroon, same with Philadelphia 76ers center Joel Embiid, while Kinshasa-born Mutombo was an 8-time NBA All-Star. Held over the last 4 days of August in Cairo, over 60 top male and female players aged 18 and under from across Africa had the chance to learn directly from current and former National Basketball Association Women's NBA and international players and coaches. Kerr was one of 5 NBA head coaches who shared their expertise with the younger generation this year, with campus and coaches also participating in life skills, leadership development, and community service programming. And to football now, Osarage's Chelsea tears. Well, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang made his Chelsea debut, but had a night to forget as his new team started their Champions League Group E campaign by losing 1-0 to Dinamo Zagreb on Tuesday. Aubameyang, who wore a face mask after suffering a broken jaw when robbers attacked him in his Barcelona home last month, played the first 59 minutes in Croatia. He was arguably responsible for Chelsea's brightest moment when he had a goal disallowed for offside early in the second half. Now, Thomas Tuchel's side were expected to cruise through Group E after being drawn with Dinamo Zagreb, RB Salzburg, and AC Milan. But Chelsea's task might not be so simple after Mislo Oshik's first-half strike punished the Blues in their group opener in Zagreb. Chelsea spent a huge sum on new signings since the end of last season, and Tuchel is under pressure to deliver silverware in return for that major investment. All right, going to the other results from the UEFA Champions League in Group E was Dinamo Zagreb beating Chelsea 1-0, and RB Salzburg and AC Milan played out a 1-1 draw. In Group F, Celtic lost to Real Madrid 3-0, and for Real Madrid, they had Benzema taken off because of an injury. And for RB Leipzig, they lost at home to Shakhtar Donetsk by 4-1. Heading over to Group G now, it was Sevilla losing to Manchester City 4-0, and Erling Haaland got on the score sheet again, 2 goals from the man right there. And for Borussia Dortmund, they defeated Copenhagen by 3-0. And in Group G, it was a PSG with Mbappe getting a brace in that one as he defeated Juve by 2-1. And Benfica defeated Maccabi Haifa 2-0. While looking at the games to go down today, still talking about the UEFA Champions League, Ajax in Group A will take on Rangers, as Napoli with Victor Osimhen in action. They'll be taking on Mo Salah's Liverpool. And in Group B, we'll see Atletico Madrid taking on FC Porto, and the other game we'll see Club Brugge taking on Bayern Leverkusen. And heading over to Group C now, Barcelona will be up against Victoria Plzen, and we get to see the likes of Lewandowski and Rafinha playing in that game. And for Inter Milan, they'll be battling out with German champions Bayern Munich. In Group D, Frankfurt will be taking on Sporting, as Tottenham Hotspur will be up against Marseille. Heading over to the world of tennis now, Tunisian tennis star Ons Jabeur broke another record as she advanced into the penultimate stage of the US Open, becoming the first African woman to reach the tournament semi-final by beating Australian Ayla Tomljanovic 6-4, 7-6 in the quarterfinal on Tuesday. She reaches her second Grand Slam semi-final after her exploits at Wimbledon, where she went all the way to the final before losing to Kazakhstan's Elena Rybakina. Now, the feat meant she also became the first African woman to reach a Wimbledon final. It's a big one for Jabeur, and a straight set victory was her fourth in this year's edition of the tournament. Congratulations once again to the Tunisian tennis star. And wrapping up with a friendly game between Nigeria and USA, the Super Falcons suffered another loss to the United States of America women's national football team on Wednesday. The Super Falcons set out to take on USA in 2 international friendly games as both teams prepare for the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup, scheduled to take place in Australia and New Zealand next year. In the first friendly fixture, the Super Falcons suffered a heavy 4-0 defeat. Now, Super Falcons boss Randy Waldrum charged his team to produce a better performance in the second meeting, and so they did. And I mean, 2-1 was the result, and it was an honorable loss for the Super Falcons. Olive, what do you make of that? Losing the first one 4-0, and yes, a lot of Nigerians, we did celebrate that loss again to USA, this time around 2-1 to the Giants in world football on the female side.
Yeah, I mean, I like that you said it was an honorable one. You know, at the end of the day, we're supporting them, we're rooting for them in wins and in losses. You know, they keep bringing their best foot forward. I say a lot of the time that what matters is that you can convince yourself that you gave it your best, and sometimes your best might not have, you know, cut through, might not have been good enough. I mean, Osage and I had this conversation when we were talking about Manchester United's match, and they said Arsenal played a better match, and yet Manchester United won. And we were saying, he asked that, does it make sense to say that someone played a better match if they didn't win the game? Because at the end of the day, that the essence of the game is winning, but I don't necessarily believe.
Well, I really don't know what we're going to use Man United and Arsenal for.
Because you weren't here. You weren't here when
and he was, you know, trying
so you
to
had to bring it up.
I took a cold shower with Arsenal tears on Monday morning, and you weren't here.
You know, there's something called "let sleeping dogs lie," Osage. You don't need to hang on to. I mean, it's okay to defeat the team that tops the EPL table, but it's fine. It's fine. But let's talk about the Super Falcons now. Yes, losing 2 games to the United States of America. Better performance from the ladies taking on USA. I mean, they defeated South Africa by 6-0. So you can actually tell that African football is on the low side when it comes to competing with these giants out there. We need to keep improving on our skills to see how we can actually match up with the giants in European football. Well,
I mean, you said it all. We need to improve our skills. But were you convinced so far, Udoka, that they played better games in these last 2 matches, even though they lost?
Well, the girls were more coordinated in this one. Yes, they lost, but they were more coordinated. And I really look forward to, it's all preparation for the World Cup. I look forward to the World Cup proper, and we'll get to see what these girls can do when the tournament starts. I'm just...
That's all I need to know, really, that there was an improvement, they're playing a better game, they're giving it their best, even if they haven't scored the goal. So we're still rooting for them. I will look forward to seeing them doing better, not just playing better games, but actually winning. So well done to the Super Falcons. We're celebrating you, and we are rooting for you.
I think we spoke about, you know, something yesterday. I think Bayana also they lost their game. That, I'm not sure who they played now.
Yeah, they lost to USA 6-0. They also played Brazil. They lost that one.
But what is it about this USA team?
What's it about?
What is it about USA?
Well, they're the best team in the world when it comes to female football. So we need to match up and learn how to eat apple and defeat them on the football
So
pitch.
maybe what we should ask is what are some of the things that we need to learn from them?
Yeah,
and
better training equipment and better coaching and of course stability, stamina matters as well. It's not about kick and follow football. We need to improve on our skills here. There are better technical players out there than we have in Africa, and coordination matters again. A lot of people have been rooting for foreign coaches. Now we have a foreign coach and I feel like he's not delivering. So what do we need to do? We need to come back home and reshuffle the team and give better performances on the football pitch.
Yeah. I mean, it would always be obvious, you know, a country that takes their sports seriously compared to a country that doesn't really, you know, pay that much attention to their sport. You would always see, you know, the obvious difference. We can only be lucky every now and then to say that, oh, you know, we beat one team or the other, or we qualified, or we won one championship. But a lot of times it's not because we have, as a nation, given 100% to investing in sports, investing in training, investing in all of that. It's a lot of times also individual brilliance from these girls or from these athletes. And so what for me is important, you know, one of the things that you mentioned is that their game seems to be improving, right? So they may not have won the match, but you can see that they're playing better, maybe they're better coordinated and some of all of that. And if they can continue to improve on that, then yes, we completely would always support the Super Falcons. 100%.
All right, still talking about women now. Ons Jabeur is on to the semifinals of the US Open. Big one for Africa as well, becoming the first African woman to qualify for the semifinal in a major tournament. So we keep celebrating the Tunisian right there. And she's also rooted to go all the way to the final. She's taking on the woman that defeated Serena Williams, Ayla Tomljanovic. And yes, she did get her revenge in that one. So big performance from Ons Jabeur. And of course, that's all from me in the world of sports today.
Thank you so much, Udoka. It's good to see you. And I'm hoping you'll be here on Thursday. What time is the Man U game again?
It's in the evening, so you won't find me.
All right, we're hoping you'll be here on Friday so we can have a very detailed conversation in the world of sports.
It's all right.
Enjoy the rest of your day.